Hi, my name is George Tanos. I am a former IRS agent, and our topic for today will be about IRS compliance. It is such an important subject to talk about because the examination division of the Internal Revenue Service looks at it, the collection division of the Internal Revenue Service looks at it. So let's discuss it a little bit. If you or your client is being audited by the IRS, the first thing that a revenue agent would do or an office examiner will do is when they conduct the initial interview is to make sure that you are in full compliance. What does that mean? Any unfiled returns such as 1040s, 940s, 941s, or anything that needs to be filed with the IRS, they want to make sure that everything is filed and up to date. So, and if it's not filed and up to date, then they would require you to file those returns with them. Secondly, let us assume that you need to make a payment plan with the collection division. You owe back taxes, and you call the IRS, you do your financials, the 433A or the 433B, and you want to make a payment plan. Well, if you're not in full compliance, the IRS will not allow you to do a payment plan. So file all these back taxes, 940s, 941s, 1040s, 1120s, 1065s, whatever have you. Well, you might encounter from time to time a client that will say, well, I haven't filed in 5 years and I don't have my records. Well, that's fine and dandy. We will teach you how to obtain records from the IRS. If you are a practitioner, you can contact Practitioner Priority Line, and we have a whole subject about that. And if you're a taxpayer looking to represent yourself, well, that's fine. Just call the 800-829-1040 number. And then you can file all the returns. Now, another one that's really important to understand and know, let's assume you want to make a payment plan now, and you or your client are self-employed. Well, compliance also takes into effect whether or not you are making your quarterly payments. If you're not making your quarterly payments and you want to make a payment plan on, let's say, back taxes of 4 or 5 years, you're going to owe again. So therefore you will default and we start the whole process again. So make sure that the estimated payments are made timely. Again, why is IRS compliance important? Let's assume you don't file a 1040 for 3 years, and the IRS receives reports just like you or your client does, such as W-2s, 1099s, even gambling winnings, 1099 INT interest from banks and so forth, and you haven't filed. So what do? They will go ahead and file a return on your behalf or on the behalf of your client. That's what we call a substitute for return. And we do discuss that as well in our topics. Should you join IRS Tax University, you'll learn all about the substitute for return. Now, if they file a substitute for return, and now you want to become in compliance by filing your own returns, let's assume you're a contractor and several general contractors have filed 1099s. Well, the IRS will go ahead and file a return called the substitute for return, but they don't know what your expenses are. When they file, they don't know if you're married, if you have children, they do know you have a home, let's assume, if you do own one, because they also receive a 1098. But they're not going to do a Schedule A on your behalf. So all of a sudden, they file a return, they send you a bill to tell you you owe this much money, which could be much, much greater than what you would normally owe should you file that return. So again, compliance is very important. There are many topics that we offer at IRS Tax University. So please do join us and learn everything you need to know about everything. I thank you for watching.